Raja Bhoja smiled. I want to see that platform you were standing on while chasing away the birds, he said. Today is one of the most inexplicable days of my life, Sarvana thought as he mutely led the king towards the platform. As soon as Raja Bhoja came near the platform, a great feeling hit him, a feeling of bliss and righteousness. The feeling was so powerful near the platform that Raja Bhoja stood mesmerized. He had visions of a very powerful and prosperous kingdom where he saw himself sitting proudly in the royal court. Raja Bhoja shook his head to clear his mind. Sarvana also looked happy. Sir, the price that you're paying me for the garden is more than what I need. Kindly give me what is necessary and no more, he said. Raja Bhoja lifted his eyebrows, studying Sarvana. The price that I have promised to pay you is appropriate. My ministers here will make sure you're paid fully. Sarvana nodded. The king gazed at Sarvana as the man walked away from the platform. The further away he went from the platform, the more he looked like someone who had just woken up to a strong dose of reality. Being paid the promised sum, Sarvana departed. The king now turned to his men and said, I want you to excavate this place. Not the entire place, just the place under the platform. The king smiled and added, I think you will be very surprised at what you find there. If the minister found the behavior of the king odd, he made no mention of it. He bowed his head and set about excavating the place with his men. The king went back to the capital with the other members of the group. All afternoon the king waited impatiently for news from his minister. In the evening, the king was in for a pleasant shock when he saw his minister himself rushing towards the capital on his chariot. The king saw the minister hurriedly stop the chariot outside the palace and come inside, ignoring the guards. It seems to be a matter of great interest, the king murmured as he went down to meet the minister. The minister started speaking without a preamble. Sir, you will not believe what we have found. The king led the breathless minister towards a chair and made him sit down as the man continued speaking. There is a throne, sir. There's a throne buried underground beneath the platform, he said. Raja Bhoja looked surprised. He had expected a lot of things under the platform. But a throne? It is not just any ordinary throne, sir. It is the largest throne I have ever seen. We have been digging since the morning and we were able to excavate only half of it till the time I left. Taking a deep breath, the minister added, It is made of pure gold. The steps, there are 32 of them, and all in gold, Your Majesty. And the precious stones that deck the throne. The minister shook his head, his eyes wide. I have never even heard of precious stones that big. Each of the 32 steps have a beautiful female statue. I have never seen a statue so fine and so lifelike, said the minister, his hands trembling with excitement. However, he was not yet done with his narration of the throne. The craftsmanship is really what made me nervous, Your Majesty. I have read in the scriptures about thrones being made that way. But till date, I have never seen anything like it. I do not think that the throne was made on earth, the minister finished quietly. Raja Bhoja was deep in thought as the minister fell silent. He had read in the scriptures about people in ancient times visiting the gods in heaven. But all that was part of myths and legends. What was it that had just now been found? Was it really a throne made in heaven? If so, for whom was it made? Who was the person who was sitting on the throne? Raja Bhoja looked at the minister. Please make preparations for the throne to be brought to the capital as soon as possible. I think it is necessary for performing some rituals as well. A throne this ancient and one which is capable of influencing the minds of the people around it cannot be ordinary. The king nodded more to himself than to the minister. Bring the throne to the capital. We may be able to find out more about it here.